Alright, before we start on this, just a brief rundown of my characters. My Sorcerer is basically just my Master Crafter. I don't do much with it other than craft. My Templar is my Magic Healer, or Templar Healer. This DK is just my farmer for now until I actually get him set up. And then I got my tank and my 2 Nightblades. This is just level 8 and he's maxed out now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over just a quick farming route that I do in Craglorn. So for those interested in farming Craglorn, here's the route that I normally take. We'll log into my farming guy since he's got a little bit more speed, so and we'll go from there. Another thing we'll go over a little bit is the Master Merchant. Okay, and this is Ralka, which is the home city where I do most everything from. And we'll bring up Master Merchant. As you can see, some of the items that I've sold. And then down here, today alone was 50k. Let's go out to 7 days. 523,000 in gold in just the last 7 days, so not too bad. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll travel over to Craglorn. And where I like starting, I go to the Scarsway Shrine. What I'll do is we'll do a slow run just to let you know what all the nodes are along the way, and then the second time through I'll go with a little bit more speed. So, and I'll basically show you what I'm looking for. Okay, to start out, I usually just check out this runestone here, and back behind the Way Shrine there's another runestone that I go to. I'll go back around to the left, and then usually there's another runestone right in here, and then there's usually wood in there. Come back around the back side of this building, there's usually another runestone here with another wood item here for woodworking. Cross over the path. And this is not actually part of my circle. This is just going to my circle. We'll pick up that runestone. If you don't want to fight the wasps, you can just go around. And then there's usually another runestone right here, but there isn't. Then we'll take this path up this way. And usually there's a runestone up here. And then usually there's another item up in here. And on the other side there's usually another runestone here. This route actually has a lot of runestones too, so good chances for getting a bunch of kudas. Check around here. There's usually another runestone right here, but there isn't. Somebody's beat me to them. I'll hop on my wolf. Usually there's another runestone up here. There's usually one right here. There's usually one right here as well. And then usually there's an ore right here. Usually another ore right here. Climb back up here, there's another runestone here. And down by those wasps is usually another runestone. And we'll cross the bridge. And this is where my circle starts. Just getting from the way shrine to my circle. What I'll do is I'll do my circle as many times as I want, and then when I quit, then I'll go back this way, picking up the runestones, going back to the way shrine. But I'll show you my circle here. We'll jump over the river, pick up some water for alchemy. Usually there's another runestone here, or not a runestone, but there's an ore here usually, and there's an ore right in here. Jump over this, and because of the wasps, I usually just kind of skip over that little area there. Here's another water. Usually a plant right here that you can get. Usually there's a wood by the tree there, and then there's usually ore up here. There's usually another ore here. There's usually wood here and an ore here. And then usually sometimes an alchemy plant back in here. Oh, nightshade this time. There's a guy sitting back there, so I don't want to aggro him. And then usually there's light armor, ancestral silk right there, or whatever level you are, it'll pop up. Then I'll come over here, and there's usually another light armor deal here, and then sometimes there's an ore up here. Jump off this rock, and there's usually a log, a wood log sitting here. Then there's a runestone down here, and then there's a plant here, and right in here sometimes there's a thieves trove that you can sneak up and grab if you're into thief troves. Then there's usually I don't collect white caps, but we got that, and then there's another light armor thing here, and sometimes there's an ore here, and at the top there's usually a runestone here and another plant here. Then I'll run straight across here to pick up this runestone, and then another plant here. Jump on my horse. And usually there's another plant here, and there's usually a log here, and sometimes an ancestral silk or whatever in this vicinity. And then over here is usually a runestone in here someplace, and then down here is another plant. Then we turn around, come back the direction we came. So we don't want to come back where we came from. What we'll do is we'll go off to the right here, and there's usually another plant down in here. I'll skip over those guys there. Usually there's a plant down here, or ancestral silk, and then there's a plant up there. Sometimes there's an ore behind the wasps here. Right across the river is a runestone here. And then there's usually a few mushrooms and plants in this little area here, and water. And I usually skip some of those. And then under this lean-to is usually another ore. And up at the top here is a flower. Then we got an ancestral silk in this area. Then we'll go up the hill to the runestone. Come back down to this first tree down here. There's another runestone by the tree. If those are far enough, you won't aggro them. And the trick is to just go around the edges of the trees and you won't aggro anything. To get another runestone here, and then there's usually another ore here, and then there's an ancestral silk here, and another plant up here. Then we'll go around this rock, and sometimes there's a chest. And we'll just grab this chest real quick. And then that guy's walking back, so I want to quickly go across to get this runestone. And we'll just let him walk by, and we'll go over this direction to get the ore here. And where those stairs are, sometimes there's a ancestral silk down here, and then up here is usually an ore. Come up over the top, and then there's usually a runestone sitting right here, and sometimes there's an ancestral silk down here, and there's another runestone up here. We'll cross over the river, and then there should be another ore sitting right here. And then I like going to the back side. When he's facing away, you can actually go in and grab the runestone without aggroing him. And then there's another plant here. And usually there's another wood here. And then I like going underneath through here, and sometimes there's another ore sitting here and a runestone sitting here. And then from here we'll go to the right. There's another plant here, and sometimes if you want you can pick up an ancestral silk here and go up above. And there's usually another ore here and a chest here. I'm not going to pick that one up though. But I'll just go back over to this side again. And we'll come along this way. There's usually another plant up here. Don't get that ancestral silk, otherwise you'll aggravate the boss there. But you can come up to this runestone here. And I'm going to activate my speed. And if you go right up this crevice, you usually won't aggro those things on the right. Jump over the river here. And there's usually another runestone here. And then ancestral silk here. And another plant here. Come along these trees, and there's usually another piece of wood here for woodworking, and then there's a runestone here, and there's usually an ancestral silk right here. And I'll come along the edge of the boss here at the bottom of the rocks, and we'll pick up another runestone here, and then usually down in here is another ore. And then we got another runestone here, and we got another runestone right down here, and then we got another ore up here, and then we come down here. You'll usually see a plant. Sometimes there's there's an ancestral silk. And then there's another runestone here. Jump across the river to another runestone. Another ore down here. We'll go up to this little ledge, and there's usually another runestone right here. And then a plant right here. go up above these rocks here. There's usually something up here. And then another runestone here. And if you like mushrooms, you can grab that. And then sometimes there's another plant up here. And then we're back to the beginning of the circle. So now this time I'm going to do it with a little more speed. I may not talk as much, but just to kind of show you the route. And then what we'll do is we'll go back to the way shrine and head back home. So we'll pick up the plant there. No ores here. Usually there's 2 of them. Grab my horse, hit the speed. No water there. No wood, no ore. There's an ore here. No ore or wood there, so jump back on the horse. No ancestral silk there. And sometimes there's an ore down here, but don't grab it because you'll aggro that boss. And they'll make your life miserable. Go up to sometimes there's a ore sitting here, and it's far enough away. Now if I tried getting that Columbine, which I like Columbine so bad, but I'd aggro those bosses, so I don't want to do that. Sometimes there's ancestral silk here, and an ore here. Bottom side of the rock, there's usually a wood there. No runestone there. No plant there. Ancestral silk. And right at the bottom here, there's usually an ore, and at the top up there is usually a runestone. But somebody else has grabbed them. Come back across to the other runestone. There's no plant there, so we'll go over here. No wood, no nothing. There's an ore here. No runestone, no plant. Jump back on the horse. Make our way down the right side. Got a plant here, bug loss. The main plants I grab is bug loss, mountain flower, and Columbine, mostly. No ore down here. There is a runestone here. No plant here. There's a plant there. Ancestral silk there, but I don't see any water. I don't do much for mushrooms. No ore here yet. Plant up on top. Go directly across, no ancestral silk. Go up the hill, there is a runestone. Back down the hill to that first tree. They're far enough away, you won't aggro anything. No ancestral silk there. Go around the edge of the trees. Runestone. Or come back around this rock. There's no chest. We'll wait till he gets out of the way and we can go across. Usually there's a runestone that I picked up last time here. There's usually an ore right in here. Ancestral silk is usually right there. No ore yet there. Up over the hill. No runestone here. I pretty much know this by heart. No ancestral silk. No runestone there. It's much easier when, and there should be another ore here. It's much easier when there's hardly anyone online. You get a lot of good stuff. He's facing away, so we can grab that runestone without aggroing. Jump back on the horse. No wood. No ore. No runestone. Go to the right. Ancestral silk. I didn't see anything by those rocks, so... But I do see an ore up on top, so I'll just grab it real quick. I'll skip the chest. And instead of swimming across, I'll grab this plant. It'll continue going to the left. No plant here. No runestone here. You can grab that without aggroing. There's no runestone up on the top, so we don't have to go up that crevice. No ore here. And you can get dirt root if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. No runestone here. No ancestral silk back here. There is a plant. As you can tell, there's probably other people that just farmed it all out, so. Runestone here. No ancestral silk. So go along the edge of the rocks. No runestone here. No ore back there. No runestone here. No runestone here. No ore up here. Go down, check for plants down here. Here's a runestone. Oops. Yeah, I got it. And another runestone here. No ore down in those rocks. No runestone, no plant. No wood there. We'll get this water though. No runestone down here. I don't like mushrooms, except for Namir's rot. No plant up here, and we're back to the beginning. So when I'm tired of farming, I'll go back this direction, and we'll head back to the waste shrine. I'll usually pick up the runestone that's down here, and there's another wood down here. Go back up where the wasps are, and I'm fast enough so I can usually grab them. I'll grab that. No ores down here. I'm pretty fast, so they won't catch me. Another ore here. Come up here. Another plant up here. We'll make them turn around. There, they lost. Oh, and he's grabbed that. And another runestone right here. And I don't see any more runestones around here, but we got the bug loss. And up here, looks like it's all been farmed out up there. And there's usually a runestone up here. What's he got? Back to the bottom. Take a left. No runestone here. And usually there's wasps down here. So what I would do is I just make a circle around them, because there's usually another runestone down here. Jump over the river. Sometimes there's a wood here. go back down here to this runestone. Go back up along the edge of the trail. There should be another runestone right here. And another runestone by the way shrine. And we'll see if there's the one behind the way shrine. There is. And that's usually my round. What I'll do is I would usually do multiple rounds for a couple hours, and I can usually pick up quite a lot. I get a lot of kudos, and from the ores and the light armors, I usually pick up a lot of Nurnkrugs, both potent and fortified, which is usually a good portion of my selling, which you can tell here. There's a bunch of fortifieds. I've got a bunch of potents that I've gotten, more fortifieds, more potents, fortifieds, and the potents I'm doing for almost 11k, fortifieds are 2.8k, so, and I save all my kudos, so, as you can see, I'm not doing too shabby with my farming of Craglorn, and that's my circle. And from here I just go back to Reaper's March, Ralka, and do all my store stuff. We'll see you later.